We're joined by Chip Baloney, an investigative journalist and sceptic, indeed, as he is, of the Bilderberg conspiracy theorist. Mr. Baloney, evening to you. Well, as we saw there, the gathering's been held in Spain this year, a country that's, of course, no stranger to the tough economic times of late, as we just heard in that report. Even worries it could go the same way as Greece down the financial plug hole. Is that the type of story, the type of thing that's going to be topping the agenda of the Bilderberg meeting over the last 2 days? Even tonight, of course, as we heard, the euro's trading at a 4-year low.
People have every right to be angry at financial networks, and they have every right to demand accountability. But this idea that the Bilderberger group is a secret elite force that controls the world economy and is building a new world order is a giant pot of spoiled borscht made from rotten beets. These claims go back to the late 1700s. There are a lot of malarkey. There are 15 or 20 other similar groups that have secret meetings. Most meetings between corporate leaders and government officials are secret. The press is not invited to them. This is a hoax carried out by people who believe in an elaborate fairy tale about how power is exercised in the world.
But hang on, Chip, if you were to put your PR advisor's hat on tonight, don't you think there's anything remotely sinister about this annual meeting? But no matter that it goes on every year, we don't know what's contained in it. It's not really great PR, is it, to shroud themselves with all this secrecy and tight security? Is bound to breed conspiracy theories. Why is the group so camera shy then?
Well, look, of course you're right. From a PR perspective, it's idiotic to have secret meetings with secret guest lists and a secret agenda. So, of course, that encourages conspiracy theories. But you also have the Trilateral Commission, you have the Council on Foreign Relations, you have the Club of Rome. You have dozens of these elite formations. And yes, they talk over policy, but the organization itself has no power. Powerful people with huge security apparatus show up at these hotels, and of course they lock down the hotels. I'm an investigative reporter. I'm annoying. I try and sneak into meetings, and of course security keeps me out. This fantastic set of allegations is a stage play for the reporters.
But these, as you just said yourself, are powerful people with a lot of world influence. Surely they're going to take back to their respective camps some of what they've talked about at said meeting, and that is going to have an effect on the global scene, isn't it?
And that effect will be covered by the media of dozens and dozens of nations. And the policies that are formulated don't hold any power within the nation. The people who go to the meeting, there's only like 2 or 3 people from each country. They go back to their country and say, hey, I heard this at the Bilderberg meeting. What do you think? And the National Assembly or the powerful people say, I think it's a lot of malarkey. Take it back and shove it someplace. So this idea that this is plot that is carried out to 30 or 40 countries and implemented is baloney.
How can you be so sure about what you're saying here? Because it's such a secretive organization, such a secretive group, indeed. How can you be so sure about that? And if it has no influence, what's the point of it all?
Of course these people have influence, and they want to talk about how to expand their power, and we should object to the way powerful and rich people manipulate the world economy to their benefit. I have no problem with that. But how am I so sure? These same allegations were made in the late 1790s against the Illuminati, then the Freemasons, then the Jesuits, then the Jewish bankers in the Protocols of the Elders of Zion from Russia, an apocalyptic conspiracy theory about Jewish bankers. Then it was the Rockefellers. Then it was the Council on Foreign Relations. And a lot of these people who make a big deal about the Bilderbergers really have this closet agenda of trying to suggest to you it's the Jewish bankers like the Rothschilds. And if you're talking about the folks from the American Free Press, that's their agenda. That's an organization that was founded by one of the biggest anti-Semitic, neo-fascist conspiracy theorists in the world, Willis Carto. So yes, I've investigated both sides of this question, and I'm quite sure of what I'm saying.
Good to have you on the programme tonight. Chip Baloney, investigative journalist. Thanks for being on RT.